Hi everyone, excellent to see you all. Once again, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm still Arena Estelle, the voice behind the channel, and I'm here today with a word from the Lord from the scripture Psalm 104 verse 15 and Matthew 25. So I'll just bring out the word the Lord gave me from the scriptures, but I'll post the scriptures in my description box, and you could go through the scriptures yourself. So first, from the word of knowledge, or should I say what the prophecy the Lord gave me from Psalm 104 verse 15. So I'll read, since it's just one verse. It says that, just a second please. Psalm 104 verse 15 says that, and wine that gladdens the heart of man to make his face shine more than oil, and bread to support, refresh, and strengthen man's heart. So God gives wine to man that gladdens the heart of man to make his face shine more than oil, and bread to support, refresh, and strengthen man's heart. What, what does that mean? When I read the scripture, the first thing that ministered to my spirit was, this is for those who have been waiting on God for certain promises to be fulfilled, for certain promises to come to pass, for certain, for a long time, what's it called, prayers to be answered, and you have waited and waited and waited, and it seems like it's not going to happen because you've done everything you could do. You've prayed, you've waited, you fasted, you've gone through consecration, you've obeyed God in everything. Like when God says jump, you don't just jump, you ask Him, how high do I go? Right? And you go as high as He mandates you. Yet, nothing is coming to pass, nothing is happening. Everyone around you seems celebrating, they seem to be earning everything, like they're having, kids, getting married, getting the great jobs, and, doing good things. And it's like, what's up with you? Why are you not moving on? Why is nothing changing in your life? When the Lord gave me scripture, right, I saw this in a vision and I opened it. I'm like, wow, this is interesting. And the word that came to my mind was that this scripture for people in that category I just mentioned, that you've waited for such a long time, and you've waited for some of you for a few years, some of you for like many years, like Abraham and Sarah waited for their Isaac, like Isaac and Rebecca waited for their Jacob and Esau, right? Like Anna waited for Samuel, and so on and so forth. Like Rachel waited for Joseph. Some of you, this prophecy is for you. Psalm 104 verse 15 says, finally God is giving you wine that will gladden your hearts. What does wine mean? For me, wine symbolizes celebration, right? Wine symbolizes celebration. There's no feast that you don't get to, you know, I don't get to, see wines, weddings, birthdays, promotion, celebrations. Most feasts, most celebrations come with wine. So God is saying today that the waiting is over, and this is not just a cliche. I don't, like I said in one of my earlier videos, I don't just make release words. I release words based on what God tells me. As a matter of fact, God is even chastising me right now because He says He has asked me to do, release words out there, but I'm not. And and so right now He has really chastised me. And recently, yesterday evening, He gave me a scripture, Matthew 25. And that Matthew 25, I'm going to bring a word on it as well. That is part of it applies to me. So I'm going to read it as well. So it's not just another word from just another person who wants to talk. It's a word from God. But those of you, especially if not been waiting, well, I don't know if you go and ask God is it for you. For those of you who have been waiting for a very long time, some of you like said for a few years, for several years, for many years, God is for you. Some of you even given up on God. You think God is not going to come through for you again because it's like, what's my use waiting? The more you wait, rather than you even seeing a change in your situation, things even seem to get worse. You've been betrayed, denied, forsaken, rejected by those who are meant to be with you through your season of waiting. But God says the time has come that He's giving you wine to light in your heart, which means that He's giving you a cause to celebrate, He's giving you a cause to rejoice, to shout for joy, okay? The time has come, and that is it. Once again, take this word back to God to ask Him if it's really your word. But I can assure you that if you waited for such a long time, And we've seen several signs here and there. If God speaks to you through signs, through numbers, like it also many of we prophets, you might be able to relate to this word that your time has come. How will you have, I don't know. You may not see the sun, you may not see, sorry, you may not see the wind, you may not see the rain, but that valley of yours will be filled with water, and that's what I know. You may not see the signs that your time has come, but then it doesn't matter. Joseph never knew that his time had come. One night he was in prison, he was in a dungeon as a prisoner. The following night he was sleeping in the palace as a prime minister, the second in command to the most powerful king in the most powerful nation on earth as at then. Same thing with Mordecai. One moment he was a slave at the gates, even the gates. The next moment he was decked in royal apparel of purple and white and crown on his head, a great crown on his head, as the second in command to the king and to the emperor, right? The most perfection on the earth. So you may think, how does this apply to me? How would these things be? Like Mary asks, how shall these things be? But don't worry about that. Let's go do the worrying. If God says the time is now, then it is now. Just rest in this and be expectant and ask, and for every delay you've gone through, God is going to give you, multiply your, restore you with multiplied, rewards and harvests. Joseph was in prison, was a slave for 13 years. But guess what? At the age of 30, he became a prime minister in a nation where he was a slave and a prisoner, and he was not even a citizen as well. How does that even work out? And please, could you give me mathematics? No, there's no mathematics that could have made that happen. Only God, right? 30 years was even still young for a man like that to become a prime minister. Most people never become a prime minister in their lifetime. How much more at that young age? But that's what happens. The delay is a destined delay, and if this word is for you, just know that your time has come. I don't know how it applies to you, but any area of your life where you've been waiting, and not just waiting, doing nothing, waiting in service to God. Because if you're waiting doing nothing, doing not obeying God's commandments to do certain things in certain areas of your life and make purpose, then I'm sorry, I don't think the word is for you. Go and get a word from God but if you're waiting serving God, doing what God wills for your life, right? You're calling your ministry, your purpose, obeying His commandments, then this word is for you. Your time is now. It's time to move to your next level. All right. Stay blessed and shalom, shalom. I'll be back with another word with the parts of this word, Matthew 25. Right? Okay. Love you all, but Christ loves you much more. Thank you and stay blessed.